Hey guys, welcome to your second video in social emotional learning this week. Let's get started. You'll be working for 5 stars again. 5 stars equals a reward. Let's view our anticipatory set to find out what we're learning about today.
Okay, Cassie, clear your mind. Don't think, don't think, don't think. Wait, does that count as thinking? Shh, clear your mind, quiet down. Hey, who you telling to be quiet? Well, you're the only one here, aren't you? What about me? Don't forget about me. Everyone just zip it! Sorry. Dear Cassie and Moby, sometimes my thoughts totally get away from me. I get stuck thinking about everything I did wrong. Is there anything I can do? Your pal, Beth. I think we've all been there, Beth. If you really tune into your thoughts, you'll notice how much they wander. Thinking about plans for the future, reliving a strong emotion you experienced in the past, or maybe focusing on stuff you want or need. These kinds of thoughts happen automatically, seemingly out of our control. They're like your brain's version of biting your nails or twirling your hair, just habits that it repeats for no apparent reason. Then, without realizing it, we make decisions based on all this brain chatter. We might follow an urge or craving we're feeling, or get stuck reliving some painful memory, and then react to that instead of what's happening right in front of us. Put simply, when you think out of habit, you act out of habit. It's not entirely a bad thing. Habitual thinking lets you multitask almost effortlessly, like when you walk somewhere along a familiar route. You don't consciously think about all the turns you need to make, or even about avoiding unfamiliar obstacles. All that stuff runs on autopilot while you think of other things. Sometimes you can't even remember how you got where you're going. But there you are, safe and sound at your destination. It's an amazing little trick. But sometimes your brain chatters at you when you don't need it to, about stuff you really don't want to be thinking about, which can distort how you see the world. But what if you could just learn to turn down the volume on those thoughts? One way to do that is by practicing mindfulness. That means focusing on the present moment without judgment. It doesn't come naturally to most of us, but the more you do it, the better you get. Right, one method to strengthen that skill is mindful meditation. Here's one way to do it. Start by sitting comfortably, in a chair or on the floor. Your back should be straight. Imagine it's a tall stack of coins. Then relax your body. Just let everything hang. Close your eyes and breathe naturally. Focus your attention on the air flowing in and out of your nose or belly, whichever you notice more. Feel your body pressing against the chair or floor. Inhale, exhale. Whenever your mind wanders, and it will wander, try not to judge yourself. Just notice it, and then bring your awareness back to your breathing. Use your breath to keep you in the present, moment by moment. If you haven't meditated before, set a timer and try it for 1 minute. From there, you can work your way up to 5 minutes, then 10 or more. Or if you keep having trouble staying in the moment, try a guided meditation. That's when a person or an app walks you through the steps. Kinda like I did just now. Yep, there are lots of ways to do mindful meditation. But the goal is always the same, keeping your attention on the moment. Once you get the hang of it, you can approach any activity mindfully. You can take a mindful walk, concentrating on feeling your steps and your breath. You can eat mindfully, savoring each bite, focusing on your food's flavor and texture. After a few months of practice, it'll get to be second nature, and you'll find that you can handle difficult situations better. Your brain might still chatter at you and stir up difficult emotions, but instead of reacting to those feelings, you'll kind of notice yourself having them. Once you identify them, they'll be less intense. And then you'll be able to deal with the situation calmly, rationally, mindfully. Good point. The goal isn't to disconnect from your feelings. If anything, you'll be more in touch with your emotions because you're more aware of them. And mindfulness is no replacement for getting help when you need it, like by sharing problems with people who care about you, or talking to a parent or trusted adult about bad feelings or experiences. Instead, think of it as another option in your toolkit of well-being. We could all use more of those, right? Right, Moby? Hello?
Thank you guys for watching that with me. Hopefully it gave you a better idea of what we'll be learning about today. So let's go ahead and predict what we'll be learning about. Let's use our steps to testing an idea to do this. Let's listen to the question, make a prediction, analyze the information, and check your prediction and make a conclusion. What do you think the lesson will be about today? Do you think it will be about a recycling program, Tornado Alley, or managing your stress? We will be talking about managing your stress for the remainder of the week. Good job. You have earned 1 star. Let's look at some essential questions that we'll be talking about today. So we've already talked about what does stress and anxiety feel like, and we've talked about why might I feel stressed. Now we'll begin talking about how do I reduce my stress and who can I talk to if I feel stressed. Here are our steps for synthesizing knowledge. Let's review before we get started. Listen to the teacher, listen to the whole lesson, think about the information now and think about the information later. Here are our vocabulary terms. Meditation. Simply noticing what is happening right now. Relax. To become loose or feel less tense. Whew. Great job reviewing your vocabulary. You have earned 2 stars. Here are some coping skills that you guys can use. If you are feeling stressed, this is a great visual aid for your teacher to have up in the classroom so that you can quickly think of ways to cope with your stress, such as reading, playing a game, using breathing exercises, labeling the feeling. We'll talk more about that. Positive self-talk, we'll talk more about that as well. And artwork. You can also try some yoga. Okay, let's focus on breathing exercises for a second. Now, I know you guys have done some work with breathing exercises before, but I'm going to give you guys some detailed options to use for breathing exercises when you feel stressed. So, you'll be viewing these with a class activity in mind. I want you guys to go through as a class, practice the 8 breathing techniques that I'm going to show you. I want you to either discuss, answer yes no questions, or write about how these exercises made you feel. And after you've completed all 8 breathing techniques, I want you to talk about what was your favorite breathing exercise? What was your least favorite? What could be your go-to breathing exercise? So I'm going to click through the slides. I want you guys to pause the video and talk about them with your teacher or parent and guardian. Okay, good job, you guys, practicing your breathing techniques. I hope you guys had some good discussions. So you have earned 3 stars. Now, let's focus on labeling the feeling. What does that mean? Well, that means to think about what's going on in your mind. Think about how you're really feeling and give that feeling a name. So you can start here at the middle of the pinwheel. Are you feeling sad? Well, okay, if you're feeling sad, let's really work on that. So, are you bored? Are you tired? Are you feeling guilty, depressed? And then you can get even more detailed and talk about, okay, are you feeling isolated? Are you feeling remorseful, distant? You guys can pause and talk about some of these words, or you can use the next chart. So this one puts our feelings into a little bit of simpler terms so we can think very quickly about what are we feeling. Are we feeling sadness, fear, trust, anticipation? Once you put a name to your feeling, it makes it a little bit easier to communicate how you're feeling with others and also to help you work on changing that feeling if it's a feeling that you're not comfortable with. Let's talk about positive self-talk. So here are some of the benefits of positive self-talk. It can build confidence, help you feel better about yourself, improve your attitude, make you feel happier. It can allow for taking risks, but safe risks, promoting self-love, encouraging motivation, can help cope with stress. So it can be one of the many ways that if you're feeling stressed, you can use positive self-talk to help yourself calm down. And it can help you work through your challenges. If something's really tough for you, positive self-talk can encourage you to get through it. Let's talk about ways to talk positively to ourselves. So here are some examples of healthy self-talk. In this column, we see that this is what we want to do. These are good choices for healthy self-talk. In the column on the right, it's things that we don't want to say to ourselves. They're not true. Okay, we could say, whoops, I made a mistake. That's okay to say. What we don't want to say is things like, I'm dumb or I'm stupid. No, that's not true. That's just your mind saying mean things that are not true. Something you could say is, I like me. Something you don't want to say is, no one likes me. That's not true. You could say, I did something bad. Sometimes we do things that are bad, and it's okay to accept that. But it does not mean you're a bad person. So you do not want to think, I'm a bad person. We don't want to say that to ourselves. You could say, this is really hard, but I'm going to keep trying. You don't want to say, I give up. I'll never be able to do this. That's not true. You can keep trying and work at it. You could say, I haven't figured it out yet. That's okay to say. It's okay to not have figured it out yet. You can keep working at it. What you don't want to say is, I never get anything right. You get plenty of things right. What you want to say is, I am enough. And I'm worthy too. What you don't want to say to yourself is, I'm not good enough. You are good enough. So, what is an example of healthy self-talk? I'm so dumb. This is hard, but I'm going to keep trying. Or nobody likes me. What's an example of healthy, positive self-talk? Good. The example of healthy self-talk is, "This is hard, but I'm going to keep trying." Here are some quick ways to help you reduce some stress. If you need a quick visual reminder, this is great to have up in your classrooms, teachers. So you can breathe, focus on your breathing to settle your mind. You can be mindful. You can think about thoughts from the past and let them go, and worries about the future and let them go, and just be in the moment. You can shift to the positive. So that means detach from any harmful feelings and redirect your thinking to be positive. You can probably do that using some of the healthy self-talk strategies we just learned. And you can get moving. Physical activity is a great way to reduce stress. Here's an optional activity. You guys can print this out and create your own stress fortune teller. Okay, what is one strategy I can use to reduce my stress? Saying bad words, breaking things, or breathing exercises. So one healthy strategy that you can use to reduce your stress. Breathing exercises, good job. That's a great way to reduce your stress in a healthy way. Who can I talk to when I feel stressed? So these are all some examples of who you could talk to if you're feeling stressed. You could talk to a school counselor or a private counselor. You could talk to a friend. You could even talk to your pets. Pets can't talk back, but sometimes it feels good just to get things out in the open, um, even if you're not getting any responses. It feels good just to say things out loud or take the time to think things in your head. Think things through. Okay, you could talk to an older sibling, maybe an older brother or sister. You could talk to a parent or guardian, or you could talk to a teacher. Okay, so who can I tell if I feel stressed? Can tell a parent, is it parent or guardian, a stranger, or a store clerk? Good, you could tell a parent or guardian if you were feeling stressed. You have earned 4 stars. Great job, you guys. This is something that if your teachers wanted to do in their classroom, they could. It's a bad vibe bag. So anytime you're feeling bad vibes, you can crumble up those bad vibes in a ball and throw them in the bad vibe bag. Okay, next up is our diversity piece. So here are the steps to understanding connections. First, listen to the lesson. How does this apply in the school? How does it apply in the community? And how does it apply in the world? We're going to watch a video of a girl who travels the world doing yoga.
Down where the rivers combine, inside your mind, we run free like wild horses across the sands of time. And here where the ocean floor We can build a flying ship that can sail the shore. And even if we don't know, oh, yeah, just what it's for. Yes, I know it's you. I don't. You're the kind of girl who could change the world. You can steer that flying ship, really good for a girl. And I'm the kind of guy fall in love with your light. And you're the kind of ship wanna take for a flight, baby. And even if we don't know, oh, yeah, just what it's for. Yes, I know it's you. I don't. Whoa, yeah. Down where the rivers combine, inside your mind, we run free like wild horses across the sands of time. And here where the ocean floor once was before, we can build a flying ship to sail the shore. And even if we don't know, oh, yeah, just what it's for. Yes, I know it's you. I don't. Down where the rivers combine, inside your mind, we run free like wild horses across the sands of time. And here where the ocean floor once was before, we can build a flying ship to sail the shore. And even if we don't know, oh, yeah, just what it's for. Yes, I know it's you. I don't. You're the kind of girl who could change the world. You can steer that flying ship, really good for a girl. And I'm the kind of guy fall in love with your light. And you're the kind of ship wanna take for a flight. And even if we don't know, oh, yeah, just what it's for. Yes, I know it's you. I don't.
Alright, thank you guys for watching that video. Isn't that cool to see some yoga practices while we're also getting to see the world? Pretty neat. Let's review our steps to critical thinking and problem solving. We need to listen to the question, listen to all your answer choices, think about your choices, and answer the question by choosing one of the answer choices. What can I do each day to help me manage stress? Could you do both of these options, which are exercise and sleep? Could you exercise only or sleep only? Which ones help you manage stress? Both. Exercise and sleep are very important to help you manage your stress. Good job. Let's review watching a video that's called Stressed Out.
Hi friends! Welcome to another social emotional learning video from Milemarks. Today, we will be learning all about stress. In this video, you will learn these 3 things. First, you'll learn the definition of stress. Second, you'll learn how stress can affect you. And third, we'll go over helpful ways of coping with stress. Ready? Let's get started. So, what exactly is stress? Picture this. You just got done with dinner, and your mom is upset with you because you still haven't completed all of your chores. After you get them all done, you'll still need to study for the big science quiz that you have tomorrow. Your dog keeps barking at you because she wants to go outside. Your best friend has been calling you all day and is waiting for you to call her back. Your little brother keeps bugging you because you promised him that you'd play a video game with him after dinner. And you just remembered that you have a 3-page paper that you have to write about the ancient pyramids that will be due first thing tomorrow morning. You have so much going on, and you're not sure if you'll be able to handle it all. You are feeling stressed out. Stress is something you feel when you either have a lot of things going on at once, an important decision to make, an unexpected change in your life, a big event coming up, or when something really dangerous or terrifying happens to you. Stress is something that everyone experiences. Feeling some amount of stress is normal. And get this, not all stress is bad. Sometimes a little stress can even be helpful. It can keep you motivated towards accomplishing a goal and can also make you alert so that you can avoid dangerous situations. When your level of stress gets to be too much, that's when it can turn into a problem. Stress can be caused by many things, and these stressors can be different for everyone. Some common stressors for kids and teens include problems in a relationship or friendship, grades, watching the news, bullying, moving to a new house, getting a new brother or sister, not being very popular, parents arguing, and much more. What are some things that stress you out? It's important to know your stressors so that you can come up with helpful ways of coping when they occur. So, how do you know that you are feeling stressed? Stress affects us all differently. It changes our body, mind, feelings, and behaviors. When you're stressed, you might experience body symptoms such as headaches, a pounding heartbeat, sweating, trouble breathing, feeling shaky, nauseous, having tense muscles, or feeling really low energy. If these changes go on for too long, they can start to harm your body and make you feel sick. Stress can make you become more forgetful and disorganized, and it can make it harder for you to concentrate on the things you need to get done. You can start to have anxious, racing thoughts, and your mind will be focused only on the negatives about your situation. You might feel discouraged and may think about just giving up. Other feelings that come along with stress include sadness, anger, helplessness, or anxiety. Stress can change your mood and make you more irritable toward others. Your behavior usually changes as well when you are going through something very stressful. The amount of food you eat and the amount of sleep you get each night might go way up or way down. You might procrastinate and try to put off doing your work. You may also start avoiding your friends and family members. Some people even start doing dangerous behaviors when they get stressed out. So, what are some helpful ways of coping with stress? Here are 5 things you can do to start managing stress today. Number 1, focus on the things that you can control. Sometimes you don't have much control over the things that happen in your life. There are things that just have to happen, and you'll need to figure out the best way to deal with it. You can do this by focusing on the things you can control in each stressful situation. For example, let's say you have a huge test coming up. There's not much you can do to stop the test from happening, but you can do something to help yourself feel better prepared and less stressed out. You can study, ask the teacher questions, or find someone willing to tutor you. Worrying about the things that you can't control won't change anything, but doing something about the things you can control will. Number 2, manage your time. Sometimes you might just have a lot going on with your schedule. You might be busy with school, sports, clubs, friends, or other activities during the week. If you start feeling stressed out, see if there's a way to lighten your load by cutting out the things that make you feel overwhelmed. Try not to take on too many stressful things at once, and make sure to schedule time to be able to just kick back and relax. You also want to make time for the things, activities, and people that you enjoy. Number 3, take care of your body. Stress can be really bad for your health, so it's a good idea to practice making smart decisions for your body. Be sure to get enough sleep each night and eat healthy foods for each meal. Exercising or being active is another great way to cope with stress. It's not just good for your body, but it can also help to improve your mood. Number 4, use positive self-talk. Challenge the negative, racing thoughts in your head by using positive self-talk to encourage yourself. The next time you're feeling stressed out, tell yourself things such as, I know I can do it. I'm strong enough to deal with this situation. Or, I know how to handle this. I've been here before. Saying these things to yourself will make you feel more confident about dealing with the stressful situation. Number 5, talk to a friend or adult. It can be easy to just shut down and push people away when you are feeling stressed out. This is not helpful. Reach out to the people who care about you. They'll be willing to help you find ways to start feeling better. If the stress gets to be too much, ask your parents or guardians if you are able to speak with someone, like a counselor, that would be able to help you find healthier ways of coping with stress. There you have it. Now you know all about stress. I hope you learned a lot and you found this information helpful. If you did, make sure to
Thank you guys for watching that. Hopefully that was a nice review of everything that we've talked about this week, and hopefully you were able to pause and discuss it with your class or your parents or guardians. Here's an optional activity if you guys would like to do this at home, or if your teacher would like for you to do it in the classroom. You can click here to get a printable link. Here's an additional optional activity where you can rate your coping skills. Congratulations! You guys have earned 5 stars, which means you get a reward. Don't forget, you still have to complete your Google Form activities. You guys did a great job. I can't wait to see you next time. Bye!